12:34, October 16th, 2013. I was riding my motorcycle with a friend. I was following her on a winding road in Middle Township, at which time, as I came around a bend, a school bus came around the bend in the opposite direction and cut the top of the circle, crossed the double yellow lines. The bus struck me head on the driver's side of the vehicle. I was uprighted into the bus and went into the fender. Part of the fender went through me on my left side. I later learned that my whole rib cage on the left side was crushed into my spine. I learned that I had 2 collapsed lungs by the time the helicopter landed, 2 holes in my diaphragm, my spleen was cut in half, my pancreas was cut in half. I later found out that I had a broken back, damage to both knees, separated left shoulder, and torn rotator cuff on my right side. So I was pretty banged up when I landed in Atlantic City. I wasn't really supposed to make it. They didn't think I would. But 4 weeks in a coma, doctors finally always on top of me. They used every trick in the book, and I made it out of there. I stayed there for another couple weeks, and then they moved me over to Acuity Specialty Hospital. And it was seamless. I mean, the whole team from both hospitals, you didn't even know you were leaving one to go to the other. And both teams were with me the whole time. So as I ride at Acuity, once I got it set up in the bed, then the other team went back over to the regular hospital. And it was no questions of what was going on. It was actually, considering how nerve-wracking it was for me, they made it so simple that it became not a big deal.
Mark D'Amico was a gentleman who came into us after an accident. He was riding a motorcycle and collided with a school bus, and he was critically injured and sustaining significant injuries to his chest and his spleen, one of his abdominal organs. And we took him to the operating room and stabilized him, and then oversaw his recovery, which was extensive. And as happens, sometimes patients that have these critical injuries get sicker before they get better, and he got quite sick. And but that is what we do on a daily basis. And when he got better and he was ready to move on to his next part of his recovery, we were very happy to have a place like Acuity to send him. Acuity is within the bounds of our hospital, located on the 5th floor. So not only is it close by, but we can actually follow our patients post-trauma. And we get very attached to our patients, and I always tell the family members that we love them almost as much as they do. And so it's very, very important for us to have a place to send our patients for the remainder of their recovery, where we know they'll be very well taken care of, and Acuity is that place for us.
The nursing staff here is incredible. You know, everybody says the doctors saved my life, but the nurses got me back up and moving. People don't think when you can't use the bathroom, when you can't get out of your bed, they take over everything, and they did it without any thought, any hesitation. When they moved you, now all my ribs were broken on both sides. This side was totally flailed. They're actually connected like this. They're not even healed now. And when they would move you, they'd have 3 people there. It was a team effort. And they really made you feel like they knew what they were doing, and it relaxed you, and it made a big difference. Then I got, of course, the wound care. I was open from my groin area to my spleen, and they came in, changed the dressing. I actually learned how to disconnect it, and I started walking on my own. At that time, they brought in a group that was going to rehab me and get me ready for Betty Backrack, and they were going to take me by ambulance from here to Betty Backrack. And And I told the lady that with the help here, I'm gonna walk out of the hospital. That's what got me out of here, is the help of the nurses, the cooperation, and I just can't believe I walked out December 23rd instead of being in the back of an ambulance. And I was able to go home for Christmas.